Hello and welcome to Great Hang, the greatest hang that's ever hanged. I'm your hang, Tim McLaughlin, coming to you with your other hang, Myka Fox. Hello, Myka.
Hi, Tim.
How are you?
One of these days, people are going to find out you have a regular human voice.
What the fuck do you even mean by that, my good bitch?
Now you're like like an uppity fop from Britain. What
Yes,
was that?
I don't know. But how are you today?
I'm good. I always feel weird talking to you when we haven't introduced our guest yet.
All right,
That's
our
so odd.
guest. We have a guest. What?
Go ahead.
Are you talking about my...
I would never cut off my own introduction.
Our guest is absolutely fantastic. He's been a part of the JFL Festival. Are you a roast champion?
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
that used to be a comedy festival.
Rest in piss, JFL. Never got an audition asked for me. JP, are you a roast master or a roast champion?
I won a championship at one point. I had a belt, so once you're a champ forever in my book.
Former heavyweight champion of the roast battles, JP McDade. Very funny comedian.
Thank you so much. This is Tim's offstage voice. This is his regular.
Yeah. His fake voice is when he performs.
Yeah. Finally, we're done with the podcast. I can go back to being normal.
Myka, what would you like for dinner tonight?
Well, I guess it'll have to be mac and cheese again.
Listen, I'm having the other type of noodles tonight. I'm out of mac and cheese.
He's a two-noodle man.
Yeah.
He's very versatile.
It's true.
See, he has two types of foods. One is noodles from a box, and the other one's is noodles from a packet.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I'm a packet and box man.
He'll have noodles out of the box, but sometimes when he's not feeling so fancy,
That's right.
it's time to tone it down.
When I want to slum it with the normos.
I knew you were a wet foods type of guy.
I do love a wet food.
It makes it. He's not good at chewing. Oftentimes,
No.
Here's the problem.
Who has the time?
Tim literally inhales his food. I'll be in the office and I'll hear him go like a fucking owl.
Myka,
Well,
choking again.
the problem is I've been making lots of Italian sausage and spaghetti.
Nice.
But I've been cutting up the Italian sausage so I can get like a little piece in every bite.
Yeah.
But you're slurping the spaghetti. I made the Italian sausage a little too small. Shoots right down my throat.
I feel you. And you don't want to get a bite of the pasta that doesn't have any sausage in it because you feel like you're cheating yourself.
Right.
So you want to like corral more pieces of the sausage into your
Thank
fork.
you. See, Myka doesn't understand these things. She's not a gourmand like the two
Right.
of us.
Oh, I don't understand eating, says the person who inhales
No.
sausage.
You don't
You're talking to
understand
the
fine
fattest guy
dining.
here.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
Okay.
that's right.
Cuisine
Yeah.
is
Right.
what we're talking on this end
We're
of the
talking
couch.
hot Italian sausage from the store.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
I eat to live, not live to eat. All right.
JP, how are you?
I'm tremendous, man.
That's good. Thank
I'm
you
too
for
blessed
coming.
to be stressed.
That's great. Thanks for coming to the show today.
Thanks for having me.
We really appreciate it. I had something for catching
Last
up.
time I was here, it was like a big party, like a 4th of July party or something. So I'm not accustomed to being in this home without getting sliders served to me.
Oh.
So if you could get on that.
That's true. I think now I'm going to have to do Italian sausage
Yeah.
spaghetti
Yeah.
for
Tim,
my
hack
parties.
him up something good.
I could make us some. I could make us some spicy Thai fried rice.
Oh, you're a man of the world, aren't you?
I learned how to do it on the other day, and I fucked it up. I fucked it up big
We have
time.
gotten a cease and desist from our neighbors, but just the smell alone. We smelled it 2 streets over.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It was pretty brutal. I opened the chicken package. I was like, this chicken doesn't smell great. I go, maybe I can cook it out.
Oh, the meat itself.
Yeah, the meat itself was
expired.
bad.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
And so I was like, maybe I'll cook it out. That did not work. In fact, it made it smell worse.
I love the thought process of just like, well, what is cooking meat if not making inedible meat edible?
I
Yes.
mean, that is sort of true,
It's
right?
pirate thinking.
It's kind of true.
Why does it need to be fresh if you're going to cook it anyway?
Yeah.
Once Tim cooked chili or something with like expired
Ground beef. I
ground
made
beef, and it
tacos.
smelled truly the worst. And he ate it over the course of
No.
a week. He finished
Well,
it.
that makes it safe if you slow down your intake.
and every time he'd reheat
I built
it,
a resistance to it.
Hey, listen, if women are going to get Botox in their faces, you can get botulism in your gut a little
Right.
bit at a time.
My lips were swelling very.
Yeah, his asshole's going to be alive long after the rest of him.
It's the last thing to decompose. The meat is just fully brown before it's cooked.
Yeah.
It's just like pre-chili.
It was so bad. I didn't even realize that it smelled so bad. And then Myka walked in because it was like one of those where I kind of got used to it. And then Myka walked in the house. She goes, "What the fuck is happening in here?"
I do that too. I go nose blind to things. I just I'm like moving in with my girlfriend, and like I got a text from her just now. She's like, "Our apartment smells like fish." I'm like, "It does." This is new.
Well, that was the other problem with the fried rice is it said to put 2 teaspoons of fish sauce. I may have put 2 tablespoons of fish sauce.
Let's go.
And it tasted fine enough, but it was like kind of fishy and nasty.
That's a classic Hey Arnold bit.
I mean, Tim's a master chef, right?
Yes.
He cooks with bad meat. He cannot read. All the makings of the finest cuisine.
Capital T, little t, they're all T's. It means the same thing.
I was putting the fish sauce in. I go, this seems like a lot. Oh, well.
In this house, we trust science.
Yeah, that's right.
Just dumped in a bunch
I think
more.
my hair's on fire. Oh. Who
So,
cares?
JP, how long have you been living with your girlfriend? That's a $2 winner.
Holy shit.
Oh, wait, I would have taken it in with the other ones, Tim.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't mean to get it on camera and
No, that's all
reveal
right.
it to the audience.
So how long ago did you move in with your girlfriend?
I'm like in the process of moving in. I'll be like officially moved in like in a month.
Oh, wow. So
in a month.
Yeah, I'm taking my
This
time.
is commitment phobia 101.
Oh, yeah, got to dip your toe in.
Just
A
fucking.
little bit at a time. Just give yourself enough time to get scared.
Yeah.
What borough are you moving to?
Here in Brooklyn. It's a story of the last couple of years. I like it, but, you know, Brooklyn's cool too. If Brooklyn will have me back, I'll move.
I say that you are welcome. There you
thank
go.
God.
And I'm the king of Brooklyn.
The borough president, Tim McLaughlin.
That's right.
I mean, we all know the real borough president is the man with Puerto Rican Tourette's who lives outside our building.
Yes.
He's
And, of course,
Diablo, that guy.
yes.
Do you know him? He goes, "Hi, hi," like
Yeah,
that.
He yells a lot, and
No,
it
that's
is
awesome.
right in front of our window. And then, for some reason, mini car alarms go off throughout the night.
Sure.
And there's an alarm that's been going off that we can't figure out what it's to.
I think it's a bike alarm because it's got a gay alarm sound too, like a bike would have. Tim thought it was a bird. If that
I
gives
thought
you,
it, I
Okay.
did think it was a bird
like-
for a while.
yeah.
That's good.
For your Schwinn.
And then we have a guy that smokes crack in the outdoor toilet that they have outside the construction.
Well, that's just courteous.
yeah, he smokes
Yeah,
crack
that's
in
where
there
he
and
is.
screams.
That's where you're supposed to smoke your crack.
I came home. We told this on the pod, but I came home all drunk. I told Myka, I go, I think there's a guy raping somebody in the outdoor toilet. She goes,
God.
did you do anything? I go, absolutely not. Let's go to bed.
Oh, come on.
Listen, the police aren't going to help this situation. I think we
No,
can all agree.
Absolutely. It's Brooklyn. We've all heard gunshots followed by harrowing screams, followed by sirens, and then just gone to bed.
Well-
It's part of life.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I'm not a snitch.
That's right.
Okay?
I was sitting on this dude I used to work with, Dave. He was a giant hillbilly.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on his front porch. He lived in a terrible part of Indianapolis. And this dude just comes booking it out of the fucking alleyway.
Nice.
And I see him run. There's a cop car comes after him, stops. I go, did you see where that guy went? And I go, no. And Dave
None
was
of
like,
my business.
Dave goes, you got to tell the cops. I was like, I didn't want people to see me rat on a guy at your house.
You kept it solid, dude.
Yeah.
Knew what was up.
Also,
That's what you
I
gotta
don't
do.
got to tell the cops shit. Fuck the cops.
I called the cops one time. I heard what I heard was I thought gunshots, and I had heard gunshots like several times in my neighborhood. So I was like, all right, this time I'm calling the cops. It was close enough to my house. And then I called the cops, whatever, nothing happened. And then like a week later, I'm walking by my block, like down by the bodega, and there are little kids lighting off M80s just on the street corner.
Shit.
And it was like, boom, like massive explosions. That's what that was.
Well, what else are you going to do with your kids in the summertime? I ask
Oh.
you.
What are you going to do with your
School's
kids
out.
at 3 a.m.?
The library's closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
You know?
The fire hydrant's out of water because it's been open all day.
Right.
I had to go to the police station recently to file a police report because someone stole my debit card out of the mail, and then activated it and then stole like $1,800 from me like a year ago, and the bank won't give me my money back, so I had to file a police report. So I go in there. The lady, I was like, hey, I need to file a police report about my bank. She goes, what bank? And I go, Fifth Third. She goes, never heard of it. Is that even real? And I was like, yes.
Valid question.
I wanted to be like, lady, just because you haven't heard of a bank doesn't mean it's not real.
So, is that a bank or an improper fraction? It is a weird name for a bank.
It is a weird name.
It is
for
a bad bank.
Yeah.
It's a bad
I've been
bank, too.
begging Tim to
It's
get
like
out of
only
there.
in the South. What's he doing? Why does he not have a New York City bank that he could access?
This is the type of man who doesn't want to check a recipe. Right?
Yeah.
When it seems obviously off. He's like, it's too much work to pull my money out of one bank and put it into a real bank.
He was just stirring pasta with his old debit card. He's like, fuck. So
Some
it got
Italian
damaged.
man stole it, went down the drain, spent all my money in fucking
Snorting lines of Parmesan with the card.
yeah. I was trying to
some
think of
lines.
where Princess Peach lived. The Flower Kingdom. Fuck.
Fifth
Anyways.
Third, Jesus.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm waiting to get my money back. I got a lawyer.
Yeah.
I filed a police report. I've sent
That's
him.
good. Bill a lawyer for several hours trying to chase down $1,800. That'll pay off.
Well, the
$5,000 in legal fees.
the bank has to
$1,800.
pay it.
Yeah.
If I win, the bank pays the lawyer. But also,
Okay.
I have a friend who's a big time.
You do that Fifth Third, you're fucked.
Yeah. I also have a friend who's a big time lawyer that's doing it pro bono for me.
That's pretty sweet. All
Yeah.
right, you got the hookup.
So that's good. I may be a failure, but my friends are in pretty good positions in life.
it's all about who you know.
Yeah,
you
that's
need
how
outdoor
Tim
furniture?
coasts on.
I don't, but I will keep you in mind.
Oh, right.
My buddy Andrew's got the hookup on outdoor furniture,
Nice.
and he got me a black Santa.
I don't ask too many questions.
Nice. So, JP, that was catching up. We've learned a little bit about everyone. Now it's a little time in the show called Plugs. Plug your shit,
Oh,
bitch.
shit. Find me on the old social media, Instagram, McDade Baby, Twitter, JP_McDade, YouTube, JP McDade Comedy. I got a special coming out.
Yeah.
Don't have a date just yet, but it's probably going to be late May, early June on YouTube. Be on the lookout for that. Just search my name, JP McDade, and enjoy my comedy.
Nice.
That is the
Myka?
plug.
Yeah, good plugs. It turns out I have a special coming out, too.
Hey.
What the hell?
I just found this out last night. I taped it like a year ago. Like all randomly, I had 4 days notice to fucking tape this thing, and I was like, they paid me in advance, so I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'll put together a special in 4 days.
I'll take your
We'll
money, cocksuckers.
And I was like, there's no way this is ever gonna see the light of day. So who gives a shit? Well, it's coming out.
Hey.
It's coming out. It's July 24th on Comedy Dynamics.
Oh, you did one of the Comedy Dynamics ones. Yeah, nice.
Well, it wasn't with them when I started, so who knows? Someone messaged me. They were like, "Hey, how's it working with Comedy Dynamics?" I was like, "I don't remember doing that, so it must have been pretty good."
It's like I just got chloroformed and went to a parking garage and recorded a special. I don't remember anything that happened.
That feels very reminiscent of how it went. And
That's the way to do it.
honestly, if I'd been chloroformed, it might have gone better.
Oh, it went well. It went very well.
Tim famously
That's the old
afterward.
Myka Fox undersell. That's what that is.
No. Tim famously after I finished it, and I was like, nerve wracking because that's a thing you prepare for.
Sure.
I was like, how was it? Tim goes, it went well.
Oh,
What?
it went well.
It did go well.
Not you were great.
There you
You
go.
were funny.
Everyone knows what the right thing to do is but Tim.
Yeah, well, I fucked up.
That's awesome.
And now you can see how well it went. June 20 or July 24th.
July 24th.
Tim keeps it too fucking real. That's
It
all
sucks. It sucks. I burned many a bridge.
But did everything go okay in the recording? Like it was.
Actually, no. The light went out in the
Mine
middle
too.
of it. Really?
My second taping, I had a lighting malfunction. The lights went
A
down like
second
7
taping.
times.
Look how fortunate
Yeah.
you were.
Oh wow, you were just one and done in this
One
thing.
and done, and the lights went out about, I'd say 35 minutes into a 45-minute set. That's when you want it.
And you were like, "Good night."
Yeah.
Just wrap it up.
Eddie Brill had to come out, be like, "Hey, lights are off," and everyone's like, "Yeah, no shit, bro."
Wow.
I thought it was a good special. I thought it went well. I think people are gonna like it. They're really gonna have to sweeten
Eddie
it
Brill's
up.
like, Eddie Brill's like, wait a minute, there's a woman on stage.
Well, don't tell him that because he thinks he booked a very short man.
He thought it was Mike Fox.
Yeah. He's always been very supportive of me. He
He
never
is
booked me
always
on
nice.
Letterman, but
Yeah.
after the fact.
We're big Eddie Brill heads in this house.
Did you riff on the lighting malfunction?
Oh, yeah, I did, but in a way that I doubt they used.
You're like, fuck.
Oh, because I was talking about abortion. I was like, there are the ghosts of the fetuses at work again.
That's great. That's great. They better keep that in.
But it was my dad's favorite joke that Myka does. The very conservative New Jersey crowd was not a fan. No. But my dad's going to love it. He's going to see it. He's going to be like, I love that joke.
That's good. So you guys can see that. And otherwise, we're going to be at the Vail Comedy Festival. Tim and I are the Great Hang podcast is the podcast of the fest. We'll probably be doing some shows as well. That is May 24th.
Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend. That's easy to remember.
It's Memorial Day weekend. And if you get tickets to the Vail Comedy Festival, use promo code HANG or select Great Hang on the website or whatever it is.
That's Hang or Great Hang.
Yes. Myka, anything else?
Have you added that to the link tree?
Oh, no, I should, though. I'll do that. I'll have if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're listening to this, there'll be a link in the description of whatever the episode is. Myka, nice. Do you have anything else?
Nah, that's it. I talked enough about myself.
All right, May 4th.
Have you heard that sentence before, Tim? I want you to ingest it.
I've talked enough about myself?
Yeah.
I've heard it before. I've never said it. May 4th, I will be headlining the White Lion Brewery in Springfield, Massachusetts for $300. So come out and buy a koozie because $300 is not enough.
He's renting a car.
I will be asking Graham K if I can borrow his car, and if not, I will be fucked financially. And then, and of course, you can check out, we just did it, the Vail Comedy Festival. And
take our advice, Monday, May 12th.
That's right. Take our advice, our next live show, Monday, May 12th, with Beyonce fan and hilarious comedian Courtney McGinnis.
The best.
This is going to be a great.
This is going to be a great.
It's going to be a perfect showcase for what Courtney does, which is be a hero to every gay. It's a true gay hero night with you and Courtney on the show, Myka.
And Matt Broussard, an actual
true.
Homosexual.
A man so autistic he doesn't know he's gay. Matt Broussard. So come on, a lot of eye candy on the stage. Come on out May 12th at the Gutter, 8 p.m. All right, JP, that's it. That's
Timothy.
Plugs. Now it's time.
That's good plugging.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time, if you have a bit that you're working on, that you need help mostly from Myka. Sometimes I help a little, but Myka mostly helps. This is
Tim's the personality. I'm the writer. I don't know if you've picked up on that.
Yeah, that was made pretty clear.
Yeah.
I go, have you tried a voice? You try to change your voice a little?
Have you tried throwing expired meat at the audience?
Have you tried being a likable failure?
Yeah. Have you done like a Gallagher thing with expired meats? But this is Spit That Bit.
That's next level. Spit that bit.
Yep. So if you got a new bit you're working on, Myka will help you. I will sit here as well and talk.
Tremendous. I've been trying to do this new bit. I've barely worked on it, but how pursuing comedy has put me in a weird segment of the United States economy, because you get just enough opportunities and then you're back to a day job and then you leave that and now my resume just looks like I have a severe drug problem.
Yeah.
And I was working at a blue collar type place. It was like a supply house for alarm system installers. And it was I just looked like I was the CEO's fuck up son who was there because of he was addicted to oxys or something. And how it's what did I want to work on? I'm just there for fake job experience. In between stints in rehab, something like that.
Oh, when you get these part-time jobs or these small term jobs?
Yeah. And I need to connect it this last one. I need to get it to a way that I can talk about the completely unhinged, insane customers who I would deal with every day, who are just completely unsupervised men who own their own businesses and love Trump and
I mean, you could
started fist fights multiple times.
I mean, there is a sense where it's like maybe you'd rather have been a drug addict than what's actually the truth.
It would be cooler.
Yeah,
You're
you're
right.
like I actually start telling people I am a drug addict
Yeah.
because it's much better than them being like, wait, when were you a roast battle champion?
Yeah.
Like if I had a detailed suicide plan, it would be cooler than like having done 50 roast battles.
Right.
Well, you can see here on the timeline, these 5 years, the industry was kind of into me. And
Yeah.
then they kind of fell out of favor. And that's why I'm here with you today.
Had a little heat, signed
Yeah.
with a manager, did some TV stuff. Nobody watched. And it's
You're like, drug addicts have dead friends. I have CISO and
yeah. I have a
And
couple
JFL.
of streamers. I have like tattoos of
Right.
streamers that are no longer with
with
us.
dates.
Like, credits I can't use anymore. Like, man, I remember when Comedy Central meant something. No offense.
No,
No,
it still
no,
does. It
it's-
still does. It means a lot to this home.
Yeah, it pays for the very walls we shudder in.
There are multiple floors to this apartment.
It is sick. It is sick how many floors we have, too. And it is nice. But yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. And
You have
it
a
did
basement.
not.
This is incredible.
Not the time spent having a job and not having a job.
Yeah.
But the multiple ways comedy has ruined my life. like pursuing my dream has really hurt me in a giant way. And I was talking to a comedian that was like, no, comedy is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then I watched their act and I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. And now they're highly successful.
That's always who it is. The
Yeah.
people who are the most into it are the absolute worst comedians in the world. Like,
Maybe you could do that too. Just be like, if you take a look at my resume, I'm actually very funny based on how little I've succeeded.
yeah. But see, the fact that I've had any success
Right.
at all is
Yeah.
kind of indicative that I'm okay at this. If I was really bad, I would have had steady job employment for the entire time.
Could you do something about being good for morale? Be like, you want a funny guy around to
it's
be good
like,
for morale?
I'm also not that.
Yeah.
I'm not the funny guy in the office.
No, but I'm a good morale guy in the
yeah.
office. That's why because I don't bring my thoughts of wanting to kill myself to work.
He leaves him at home with me.
Yeah. I tell Myka, I go, well, off for 8 hours where I won't be killing myself.
He speaks his dark thoughts into a packet of ground beef and then leaves it at home.
And it
Hopes they
sours
cook
it all.
out. He's like, this will cook him out.
Yeah, it's a sacrificial patty. Then all my bad thoughts will go away.
I mean, like, oftentimes I have heard, like, comedy being related to drug addiction.
Yeah.
And there is an addiction, but, like,
They
your
go
addiction
hand
is...
in glove.
Like, it is, like, you're like, well, heroin's kind of cool, but wanting attention is pretty fucking
Yeah.
pathetic, right? There's no rehab for wanting attention.
Right. Because then the group therapy, you're just talking to groups.
Right.
It's like it's just feeding in even more.
Yeah, you just
Pure
use your
enabling.
full name. Hi, I'm JP McDade. And
Yeah.
they're like, no.
These are my credits.
Yes.
But Patton Oswalt had a bit that was like kind of similar to that. We were talking about like how the stripper was always the example of bad parenting, but the comedian is actually much worse. It's like as if a woman takes off her clothes in front of you, you should give her money.
Yeah.
But if you're just like a sad little man talking about his dick in front of strangers, it's like infinitely more embarrassing than being a stripper.
Yeah, it's bad. Comedy is bad. Let's all get regular jobs. We'll go start working at, I don't know, the container store.
I used to work at the Container Store. Worst job I ever had, and not even close.
Really?
Really?
Well, what they had me do, so like they move you around different parts of the store. I wanted to work in the basement. I'm not good talking to people. I don't know if you guys. I seem like I should be good at talking to people,
Myka
Stock
has
rooms are where
no
it's at,
customer
though.
service.
but I'm a very rude person. Just let me pack boxes.
I never want to talk to another customer again in my life.
No, but what they
with
would
you.
do, the worst job, which I thought would be the easiest, was they would stick me up at the front of the store as a greeter, right? And all you have to do is be like, hello, welcome to the Container Store, and then try and pitch them on whatever sale's going on. But the thing is, people are coming in too fast for you to get all of that out.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, your mind becomes brain soup. Just saying that, we're like, hello, welcome to the Container Store, hello, and it's like,
We got 30% off bins, 30% off bins, 30% off.
You become
I
a
love
droid.
my mind being brain soup. This
Yeah.
sounds like a perfect job for me.
That's why I realized, I was like, oh, that's why they have mentally handicapped people do that job, because they're already. I was like, maybe they started off normal brained and then they worked there
they
long
clever
enough.
brained
You
them at
really-
the container store.
You adopted the Container Store.
I was born in it. You need to be 100 years old. That's probably the key to being a greeter.
Your mind has to be fully gone, and you're just a vessel.
Dude, friend of the show, Tyler Mead, was telling me that Grindr, like on Grindr, like the spot to hook up is the Container Store in Manhattan.
Oh, because the bathroom's so easy to get into?
I guess so, yeah.
Is that really the bathroom?
I don't know. I can't remember why, but he was like, the big spot is the Container Store. That dudes just go in there and fucking plow at the Container Store.
It's got the bathroom's really the one on.
You just jizz into a shoe rack. And you're out
well, that's the thing is they teach you that a container can really be anything you want it to be.
That's true. Yeah,
they're made for cum.
Mm-hmm. They have those like AMAC boxes. Remember when weed came in those little like
with the like vacuum seal?
No, like the rectangular boxes that like now they're all in packets. But they used to come in brightly colored boxes, and wouldn't cum look nice dripped into that?
Dear Lord, Myka.
Oh, it's fine when JP says it quickly, but when I draw it out, it's disgusting.
So, Myka,
was it dripped?
Myka, yes, that didn't help. I didn't like the imagery of it coating the sides.
Glazed.
We call it better. Frosted. The frosted boxes.
Globbed is bad. So the bathrooms were easy to get into at the Container Store?
6th Ave and 23rd Street. First of all,
that's the one that he's talking about.
It's also in Chelsea.
You should have done this in plugs.
Right, in butt plugs.
And if you're a gay guy cruising Chelsea, there's a Container Store where it's surprisingly easy to fuck.
Oh, I forgot that we have a sponsor this week.
Yeah.
The Container Store. Are you gay? Do you like to fuck men?
Do you want to hang yourself from an alpha shelf?
Come to the Container Store at 6th Ave and 23rd Street down in Chelsea. Get your butt filled and take it home with you in one of our containers.
Do you have no patience for customers?
I
don't.
Absolutely. Well, it wasn't even that. If they were talking to me, I could handle it because then I'm like, I have a thing to do.
Yeah.
But they would want me to approach people just minding their own fucking business in the store, probably just in there to feel the air conditioning for a second.
Sure.
And I'd be like, hey, what are you looking for? And maybe I can help you. And it's like, I don't want to bother people.
Yeah.
I don't want to bother people. I don't care. I don't. And I got yelled at for when I was like working the register, they'd like yell at me for leaning against a thing when nobody was in the store.
It's like, Myka, your job is 5% commission. Look alive out there.
Right. Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
They did give me health insurance though.
That's cool. But leaning, when they get mad at you for leaning, it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. We sell containers.
Yeah.
That's what I did like about working at the gutter is I was allowed to be mean to the customers.
Yeah, that's cool.
So if they were like shitty, I was allowed to just be like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, well, I'm never coming back. I'm like, do you see how packed this place is? I don't give a fuck. Get out of here.
That rules.
That is my fucking dream.
Yeah,
Jack, I was nice to one lady who was a fucking real bitch to me, and I was so mad about it.
Jack was like, never do that again.
Yes, Jack was like, you can tell her to fuck off. Yeah. He's like, I don't care if she put down a $2,000 deposit. That's what the deposit is for. You can tell her we're keeping your money. You got to go because you were being a bitch. I was like, I wish I knew that. God, I wish I knew. But yeah, so. And then she came back in and she was very nice another time. But I told Jake, I was like, fuck that. I fucking hate her.
Yeah.
That sucks when someone
else.
Give
her the cum ice.
Yeah, when you hate somebody. But like a customer, but your other coworkers haven't had that bad experience with them, so they're not on board with you yet in the beef, and like no one is taking your side. And then you got to just make shit up about them.
Yeah,
just tell lies.
I found her on Instagram, and I almost wrote mean things on every single one of her posts.
Timothy, you know what? The meanest thing you can write on somebody's post is brave.
Oh yes.
So brave.
Speaking of being brave, JP and I need to be brave today and give our hot takes on this in our next segment. Hot take of the week.
Oh, and boy, do I have a good one today.
You have a good one, JP. This is where Myka gives us a situation.
I'm ready.
We get a little bit of information. And we're going to give our hot take on it, and then she fills us in with the rest of the information.
Knee-jerk. No thoughts.
No thoughts. You can think a little, but...
No. I will not think at all. You brought on the right guest.
All right. This is, I think from Reddit, but I found it on Twitter. It's, am I wrong for talking about my boyfriend's size to my friends?
Oh, interesting. If he's got a fat hog on him, I feel like no. But if he's got a little hog on him and now everybody knows and laughs at him behind his back, I got to say yes.
I feel like it's a no either way. Because don't do that. If he's got a big hog, then all the ladies are going to try to swoop in to create drama. And if he's got an average size 3.5 incher, then we can't have that information out there. So it's a lose-lose.
An average Irish man's penis.
That's right. And I'm rounding up.
Yeah. Yeah, small is woman. Okay, here's a little more information. So you say...
I say no.
She's an asshole.
In most
she is wrong.
I say no if it's little. Yes, it's fine. Or I'd say she's a fucking asshole if it's little. It's cool if it's big.
Okay. She is 24-year-old female. I have been in a relationship with my boyfriend, 30-year-old man,
nice.
for 3 years
this
now.
This dude is awesome. Wait, so he was 27 and she was 21?
No, I meant 28-year-old female. I accidentally said 4.
Oh, that sucks.
Sorry.
Gross.
Yeah. What the fuck?
We had, past tense, a great relationship, and I love him dearly. Now, here's the thing. My boyfriend has an average penis size, and I've never had any complaints about our sex life.
All right.
My boyfriend's great in bed, and I've always been more than satisfied with our intimate moments, and he is definitely the best partner I've ever had. However...
Oh, no.
I have 2 best friends who are, what would call size queens.
Oh.
They've always been vocal about their preference for men with above average penis sizes, and I was too until I met my man. My best friends obviously know his size because women, at least the women I like to talk to about stuff. Well, hold on, sorry. At least the women I know.
Oh, are you having trouble reading, Myka? Oh, you having a little trouble reading the thing? Hey, maybe I should read it.
Timothy?
Be careful, it's in English.
Yeah, he's just going to be like, teaspoon, teaspoon, teaspoon. Sorry.
Let me just grab my glass off of the tea here.
Here we go. We like to talk about stuff since it's healthy to discuss about our sex lives to get tips and to know what works for us as women to orgasm. Gross.
That's why you buy Cosmopolitan, my good bitch.
It's a myth. Don't go chasing that dragon. No such thing as a female orgasm.
I mean,
Trust
that's
me.
right. I stopped looking long ago, at least 5 years ago.
If there was, it wouldn't take JP months to move into his new apartment.
Yeah, he's like, I'll move in as quickly as you
I'm
come.
making trips.
I think it's common knowledge that women do share intimate details with their friends just for curiosity or laughs, but my boyfriend thinks it's toxic and an invasion of privacy.
He's a nerd.
Right. I think it's common, right? I think you got to expect that your girlfriend's going to share like some details with her friends.
I do now. I expect it now. Now that we've just heard this.
Just keep the circle tight and keep the hog talk polite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep the circle tight is JP's advice for most things women do.
Yeah. As tight as possible.
Yes.
Nothing else
For
will
my
work.
tiny penis. Okay. Well, over the weekend at our local, we all met over the weekend at our local bar, and the topic of engagement came up, and we were all in lighthearted mode. My boyfriend mentioned that he couldn't afford an expensive diamond ring right now, and suggested we get a gold ring instead because it's common from the culture where he comes from. I don't know what that would be.
I don't know.
Okay.
Persia?
I feel like Persians are flashy.
Yeah, but they like purple and gold. They're like big purple and gold.
Hobbit.
Where are either of you getting any of your information? Hobbit? Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Hobbit makes more sense than
One
whatever.
ring.
Whatever
maybe
Tim was saying.
Smaug.
Yeah. Desolation of hog.
My friend started
Also,
making.
Junior Penis McDade, of course.
That's right.
All right, thank you.
One day.
My friend started making jokes about how he needs to buy an expensive ring for me to compensate for his dick size, and we all just laughed it off.
Oh, wait, the friend said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why the boyfriend's a little salty now, because the friend said it.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, you can't fucking. The friends are fucked up here.
Yeah.
This really upset my boyfriend, and he walked off the bar and told me that he doesn't want to be with someone who allows their friends to make fun of him like that or even share stuff like that.
Which is a little dick move.
Yeah. I would
Get upset about that.
I have seemed to be fine with all of these things being said about me for the last 5 years.
I don't make fun of your dick size.
You do all the time.
Do I? It seems to pale in comparison
All
to the
right.
other
You do
things
all the time in my head.
I know.
If one of
Tim, you would have to fuck me for me to make fun of how you do it.
There we go. Very funny. Now, what I would like is one of the listeners to make a compilation of how many times Myka has said I have a little dick on this show. I bet it's an hour
I bet it's
long.
not longer than his dick.
Wait, was that nice or mean?
Well, it's bad. Well, it could go either way.
It's a circumcision because it's a little dick supercut.
There you go.
Yeah, you're right. I should have said I bet it's longer than his dick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out I'm dumb too now.
Perfect. I think the friends are fucked up here.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, listen, is that some kind of thing I would have said if I was out drinking with my friends?
100%.
Absolutely. Would I then be like, your boyfriend's being a fucking loser for getting this mad about it? Yes. But I would also realize that I was being a dick.
Yeah, I mean, the friends are fucked up for doing this to her, honestly. You can talk with your friends, you can make fun of the boyfriend with your friends, but you can't do it in front of the boyfriend. That's fucking rude.
Yeah. JP, what would you say your girl's friends started dogging on you for having a little pecker? Would you get mad?
Be like, no,
I don't.
Yeah, I'd spaz out as hard as possible. But
I'm going to the car to get the gun for an unrelated reason.
with more context, it doesn't sound like she said anything like that bad about him. Like,
Other than him.
Other than his friend, like his friend made the joke. Whereas, so she's the girl writing the thing is not the asshole.
But
They're
she
talking about
told
his-
the friend, and there is a small point where if she lets the friends make fun of him, but what is she supposed to do in the moment? If she acts like it's upsetting, then she makes it worse.
She's supposed to stand on the table and be like, "Hey, he's got a normal dick."
Yeah. It's not little, it's regular. It's regular.
Yeah, she's that average sized dick. She should have made fun of them for having such cavernous
It's an
fucking
Audi.
clams.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what he should have done.
Yeah.
He should have come back and been like, I'm sorry, I don't have a giant dick to put into your echoey fucking huge pussy.
Let me go grab a bowling pin for your cavernous sniz.
Maybe
And
you
I've been
should
right
work
there.
at the gutter.
Yeah. And as the manager, I'd be right there with a bowling pin for him, telling him to get the fuck out. So
right.
is that it?
That's it.
That was a good one, Myka.
All right.
All right. What is the next segment? Oh, my God.
And make sure, if you guys have altering opinions, leave them in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think about Tim's tiny penis and what we can say about it.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications.
What do
of
you
course.
think is average, and why is it 3¼ inches? Fully erect.
JP.
Balls to tip.
Yeah.
Balls to tip.
On a hot day, on a very hot day.
Asshole to belly button, 3.5 inches. JP, you're here on a very wonderful day.
Oh,
The news is
No,
back.
it's not.
Ding, 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 ding,
No,
ding,
it's
ding,
not
ding,
back.
ding, 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 ding. It's time for the news
not time for
with
the news.
Tim McLaughlin.
It's not back.
JP,
No, I'm sorry, JP. Hold on. We have to have a conversation. Tim, it's not back. I don't
it's
know
been
why.
over a month since I've lost the news. The news is back in a big way. Check out this. A vehicle backfiring startled a circus
sorry.
elephant into a Montana street. She still performed Tuesday.
of all the things that Tim does, we've finally found the thing that's like, this is a structural threat to the existence of the podcast. And like, this is where Myka draws a line in the sand. It's like, no, I've looked the other way on a lot of things, but not the news.
It's
Well, JP, it's either I read the news or I write Tim's 3-page play, where we all have to do a 3-page play that I
News
wrote.
it is.
I told you the 3-page play was also a bad idea.
The people want the play.
3-page play is not that bad. If it's, as long as it's in script format and we're not here forever, I would do a little Tim drama.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
and
can,
if anyone's going to format a script correctly, it's
Oh, yeah.
it's Tim cooking raw bad meat McLaughlin.
Those margins are going to be to the millimeter.
Hey, I've got. Oh no,
Margins. I thought it said margarine.
boo.
A tablespoon.
No, that was good, and I liked it.
Shut up! Everyone hated it, and they think you're a loser now. The sound of a
Even. That's all, folks.
The sound of a vehicle backfiring spooked a circus elephant while she was getting a pre-show bath in Butte, Montana, leading to the pachyderm. Oh my God, that was crazy that I got pachyderm. Leading to the pachyderm to break through a fence and take a brief walk, stopping noontime traffic on the city's busiest street before being loaded back into a trailer. Wow. Viola, an Asian elephant with the Jordan World Circus, still participated in
You're submitting this to the Daily Show, right?
Sometimes
How?
it's easier if you just disassociate.
Yeah. How has he not guest hosted?
I mean, segment is bad for so many reasons, JP. The first of which is that the headline is always the most interesting part, and then it gets worse from there. The second is that Tim can't read.
And Tim's like, more details, you got it.
Still participated in 2 performances Tuesday after her time on the Lam in the southwestern Montana city of 35,000 people that in the late 1800s was the world's largest copper producing area.
Wow, that really adds to the story, Tim.
Viola was getting a bath behind the Butte Civic Center.
That's like when a comic just has like a nothing joke. Like they've gotten too famous. They're on their 3rd special and they're just like really leaning into an act out on some like airplane observation.
This is Chris Rock saying the premise 50 times.
Yeah. Oh, you know who else does that? Friend of the show, Bobby Condon, who was on the last week. Viola was getting a bath. They're really stretching.
You can't read, Tim. You know you can't fucking read.
I'll go to the last part.
You know what pisses me
Tim
off?
McLaughlin can't read the news. This motherfucker is illiterate.
I had when I ran the open mic in Indianapolis, there was a black kid. He came in and he did a bit. It was the difference between black people and N-words that he did on stage. And I went up to him and I go, listen, that bit you did, I'm not saying you stole it.
It's mine.
Because you didn't use any of the funny parts. But I also wrote that for Chris Rock. Olivia LeBeau.
This has been
Tim,
memory
the news
lane.
is over. We're done with it. The
I also
fucking
snuck in
elephant
a
got
Tim
it.
story time in the news. Olivia LeBeau, 21, was driving home from a coffee run when the elephant strolled in front of oncoming traffic. One car began backing up, and LeBeau stopped her car as the elephant casually made her way to the other side of the road.
Olivia LeBeau, has anyone optioned your story rights? I want to make a movie about you and your coffee run.
If this whole article read is just to set up a "Why did the elephant cross the road" joke by Tim, I'm walking off.
Oh, good, because I didn't do that. I should have thought of something like that.
Tim can't read ahead, though, so there's no plan here.
I kind of had to do a double take, she said.
I kind of had to. That means she didn't.
I thought I was seeing things. All right, and that's the end of that.
Oh, but I did have an actual authentic double take. What was it, Saturday night? Have you ever, like, fully done one of those?
Yeah.
Oh, it was incredible. It was exactly from The Office when Dwight has what's her face show up behind him and it became a meme. It was Juliana. What's her last name? Maher, right?
Okay.
Friend of the show,
Juliana Maher. She's so
Oh,
little.
right. Yeah.
She's little and silent. She's like a little ghost thing. So I'm talking with this group, and she just saddles up behind me and sits on a stool and says nothing to ingratiate herself into the group. And I turn a little, and she catches my eye, and I fully did a double take and screamed.
She just perched next to you.
Oh, it must have been so funny to everybody else.
She's funny once you talk to her, but it didn't really make her presence known in the surf.
and she's so ghostly white.
I thought there was a ghost.
Yeah. She could, I mean, at any time you could be like, is that an 1800s woman scattering about? All right, that was great.
I had an animal double take years ago. I was in Southbury, Connecticut, in a shopping center, picking up my mom from her job at Chico's.
Oh, fuck up. Shout out Chico's.
Let's go. No free pops on the episode. I'm sorry. I know they're not a sponsor, but
Are they still a brand?
Chico's, hook up your boy with some culottes.
Yeah.
But my mom was working there. I was picking her up, and I look over at a car, and I did a double take, and there was a woman, I swear on my life, rubbing down an animal with a towel. It was a baby kangaroo.
What the fuck? In Connecticut?
Just a kangaroo chilling in the parking lot.
That's
a
awesome.
kangaroo
Yeah.
in Connecticut court. Mm-hmm. Was that a book?
They're like Australia kangaroos, but waspier.
Yeah. Dude, I've heard the Connecticut Kangaroo Kia boys are out.
Yeah.
All right, JP, we're on.
That's going to be my next job when I have to go back to a day job is Kia boy.
You're going to be a Kia boy? That would be sick. They'd be like, oh, we're on the lookout for a mid-30s 6'9"
No.
Kia
Yeah,
boy.
He gets
Move the
caught
seat all
because
the
he's
way back.
yeah. He's like, he would have gotten away with it too if he wasn't fighting with the seat the whole time.
And he's like a weirdly cautious man in his 30s. He was obeying all the traffic laws. It was actually easy to catch him.
JP, it's time for the best part of the show.
Let's go.
Reviews for the podcast. This is where you can go on Apple iTunes and leave your own 5-star review. You don't have to leave a 5-star review, but if you want, you can. And I didn't have it pulled up on here like a fucking asshole.
Look it up on Safari, Tim. That's the best way to do it.
Well, not for this.
That browser, that definitely still works.
Well, we don't have a new review on Apple, but we also read the comments on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment. The comments have gotten horny.
Oh, no.
Our comments,
broken horny.
Our comment section, Uncle Jemima has poisoned the well with his fucking spooge, and it has gotten damn horny in here.
The water supply is all jizz now.
Straight from the container store.
Avocado, Colorado. Hey, if you're in Colorado, check out the Vail Comedy Festival where we will be. Avocado, Colorado says, I get bricked up whenever I see a new great hang upload. For obvious reasons, drool face emoji.
Hell yeah.
Hughes on says, my girlfriend heard you read my comment about shitting my pants and I busted. Dear Lord.
You can't keep your bodily fluids out of your pants, can you?
This man, his pants are soaked from front to back.
Oh, yeah.
That filthy child.
Yeah, when you stack them up, they all stick together.
You need to find other reactions to stuff, guy.
Yeah. Also, do
yourself.
not put those pants in with your laundry that you're taking. It's just going to add extra weight when they weigh your laundry.
Yeah, scrape them off.
That's right.
Yeah. New Jersey Greg says, I have a good news story. Oh, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. We're back with the news with Tim McLaughlin.
Tim, no.
Local comedian embezzles Patreon money to pay for internet. Foxy and more successful girlfriend inexplicably stays with him. Sources state she must be getting better than mid-D.
Seeing Tim conquer the word inexplicably is like, it's like the aggro crag on Global Guts when like just the kids would just keep falling.
I don't know if this was a news story that would have made it.
I think that was a better news story than the one you told. Now, let me ask
concise.
you, JP. Last week, I learned that Tim was using almost, I would say a third of the money we make from Patreon to pay for our shared internet service without telling me. When the way we split our bills is Tim pays for utilities like that.
Yes. I love that. Just being like, don't worry, babe. I got it. I got it this month.
Yep.
Just taking it right out of the joint account.
That's right. I figured since I got the nicer internet to upload the videos.
Tim's doing the math in his head like, well, I account for most of the viewers of the podcast.
Which is not true
They're
at all.
definitely tuning in for me, Tim McLaughlin.
Oh, man.
That rocks. No, respect to you, King.
Thanks,
That's
bro.
just finding creative solutions, and Mike is kind of being a hater.
I'm
on
Yeah,
putting
dude,
this
she
out and
doesn't
sending it to
understand.
your girlfriend, JP.
Yeah.
Micah doesn't understand cooking the books. This one's from Alex. It says Chef Gene. So it's a different way of spelling Jeff Sheen, I guess.
Oh.
And check out the Tough Questions podcast.
No, do not do that.
Toko Bean says, longtime fan of Myka since Keith and the Girl, and Tim is hilarious, my new favorite podcast.
Oh, hell
Can't
yeah.
wait for Tim's 3-page plays. Let's go. All right. I guess I have to do them now. Alan Thickdick says, Bobby is such a great guest. Fun episode. His stand-up special was really good.
That's true.
Miriam Zepeda says, I only know Tim from the Great Hang podcast, and when guests say Tim changes his voice for the show, I only know this voice. What's his regular voice? I told you it's this. Hey, baby, how y'all doing tonight?
Oh, Micah, I'm terribly sorry I used the Patreon funds for the internet service.
God, can you imagine a debonair Tim?
That's not how I was raised in Oxfordshire upon Thames.
Damn, I'm picturing myself fucking all like debonair and shit, and it sucks.
I will pay you 40 shillings for what I removed from the Patreon bounty for our bills.
You would make the JP. We're gonna have you back on to play some kind of villain in one of my 3-page plays.
Let's go.
McSqueezy says, hilarious app. Tim's 3-page plays segment would be a great idea. Please do it, Timmy Shakespeare. And we have a reply here that says, totally agree. All right.
Is that from you, Tim?
No, it was not. It
Yeah,
actually
how many Tim Burners are involved in this?
It turns out more than I knew.
Patreon? Yeah.
Sometimes Is It Tight Reviews will write.
He's
"This
using
was
all
tight."
that internet bandwidth to start new Patreon accounts for himself to leave comments.
Amorta and Leo says, Bobby bald as hell. That's true. That motherfucker ain't got no hair at all.
No, I'm not. No, I got hairs around the side.
This is hateful.
I know
fuck
I'm
you.
bald. I know.
Hot take from Chris and Fremantle. Hot take. The world needs a kid called Fox McLaughlin.
That is a cool name.
It's a cool name. But you won't be getting one. So sorry.
You never know. We might adopt a child and then rename it.
JP, one day we're laying in bed and Myka goes, what do you think about adopting a troubled teen? And I said, what in the fuck are you talking about? I go, I am basically a troubled teen.
Yeah, so he could get better at being a troubled teen by
Yeah.
studying under Tim.
I thought it'd be like a little mentorship program.
Yeah.
You think two negatives make a positive?
Yeah,
They turn out to both be better.
Someone between the two of them, one of them's got to get a job eventually.
No,
That's
they're just
true.
They're just going to wound each other with a slingshot in the backyard.
Yeah, we're both going to be doing experiments that we saw on YouTube, trying to make a fucking backyard scientist YouTube channel. We both
Tim
get
does
really hurt.
adult mischief.
I mean, look at this burn I got on my finger from trying to grab one of the sausages from under the stove.
While the flame was still on.
That's awesome. just fully exposed flame reaching under.
Sean from Pittsburgh says, I'm siding with Tim on the cinnamon issue, but Jesus, Tim, 7 buns in the dark is wild.
7 cinnamon buns?
No, I ate
Oh,
7.
I wish. I wish.
I ate 7 plain hot dog buns when I was drunk in the pitch black of the apartment.
They come in packs of 6. So you opened a second
No, they
pack.
come in packs of 8. The ones I get
Okay.
come in 8s.
Never mind. Then it's not bad.
No, and I was like, I'll save one for the morning. I thought to myself,
You just took them straight.
just straight with water, just like a fucking hot dog eating guy.
Kobayashi. Just
Yeah.
I'm like,
Wilfred Padawas,
I'm an
number one
athlete.
fan, says, I remember years ago
Shout out to
back.
Wilfred.
Yeah, shout out to boring comedian Wilfred Padawas. I remember years ago backpacking through beautiful Cork and Kerry mountains. Oh my God,
Right,
this is
that's
so
right.
long.
Right.
Skip to the end.
Setting up camp and realizing a trail leading away of stolen hot dogs for dinner, I followed them to an isolated waterfall. There beneath the cascading water was a bathing, beautiful, long red-haired Irish lass, locking eyes and teasing me.
Felicitously.
Felicitating.
Oh, facilitating.
Facilitate.
All right, now we're working. Facilitating the stolen hot dogs and enticing me. It was the hottest thing I could ever imagine. Well, that was until today. The thought of one Timothy Grady McLaughlin going with just the hot dog buns alone, I crunked all over my keyboard.
Jesus Christ.
P.S. Greetings and love from Dublin, Ireland. As in Dublin, my cock, to Myka looking particularly beautiful this episode, and Bobby was a great hang. This guy's getting fucking hard looking at you,
Dear
Myka.
Tim
Lord.
wrote that comment to have an excuse to write in a little story and get it on the podcast.
Tim,
That was
is
a
it you?
3-page play.
It might be right.
I would never make a burner called Wilfred Padawas number one fan.
That's why.
Also,
No,
facilitating
Yeah.
facilitating dead giveaway. It wasn't
Yeah.
Tim.
That is, yeah, that's true. Or am I pulling a Moriarty-esque trick where I didn't understand that
No.
word that, okay. I guess I wasn't. Kyle Parks, shout out Kyle Parks, friend of the show, said, great episode. Love seeing Bobby back. Also, very happy Myka didn't let the John Lennon shit get skipped over. And Fickrock says, hell yeah. Bobby got crunk out of his mind and then took acid and went to John Lennon's where he was shot.
To Strawberry Field?
Well,
Or
that's
out in
not
front
what-
of the Dakota? That's
Yeah.
That's not what makes it a story. What makes it a story is that he left a wedding we were all at 9:30 p.m. to go do that.
The cake isn't even out yet. He's
No.
like, no, you know, it's kicking in, and I got to go. I got to go talk to Johnny.
He's a fucking weirdo. And now for our headliner of the episode, or our headliner of the comment section, Uncle Jemima. My schlong has multiple contusions and open sores because this podcast makes me crank so freaking hard.
Jesus.
Dear Lord, my man. Holy shit, that is disgusting. But we're happy to have you. Thanks for writing in every week, Uncle Jemima. Put some fucking salve on that cock, brother.
He's oozing from too many spots on his dick.
Been there, brother.
All right, JP. This is a part of the show where you can absolutely shine like a star.
There was a tonal shift there. Tim got very solemn.
This is fun party story or tip for being a great hang.
Yes.
Also, if there's something people do when you're hanging out that you absolutely hate, you can bring that up too. I know I didn't write it in the thing, but if you want, this is your time to shine with a great party story if you have one.
Tip and a story.
You got a tip and a story.
A super quick tip, but I've just noticed people doing this as I'm like in my 30s now, and I think it's super helpful for any party situation because we all go to parties, we all get pinned down in a group where like you talk to a couple of people or one person, and you're like, how do I get? If you go, well, I got to circulate, but it was good talking to you.
Yeah.
You're out.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the parachute to get you out of.
Well, I gotta circulate. That's not
I got to
rude.
circulate. It seems. No, because
It feels rude.
It feels a little self-aggrandizing.
Yeah.
And even if maybe if it's not your party, that's a little bit weird. But if you're just like, well, I got to see, because then it like raises the level of maturity of the whole conversation, and then the other person's like, oh yeah, I circulate. Yeah, I do that too. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. But the thing is, we all want that. I think we're all looking for the out too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, there's 15 people here. I've been talking to the same 2 people. Let's
I
get
like
around.
that. I normally, to get out, I'm like, I have
good.
to go social climb. I make a little joke out of
you
it.
You make it a self-aware kind of joke. You're like, and then it's like, there's a lull in the conversation. Well, got to go stick my dick in a pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
And you're out.
And listen, anyone who's listening to this, if you get pinned down by me and I am drunk, just walk away. I do not care. I know I am talking too much. Feel free to leave.
That is not true. He will come home later drunk and be like, you know who's a fucking piece of shit?
Hold the grudge forever.
Yeah.
No, but the next morning I'll be like, it was right of them to go.
Yeah. And I guess the other is that it wasn't really a story. It's kind of a tip too, based on an anecdote. If for the younger crowd who are watching this, who are still at the wild parties, if the cops come, run.
Run. You got to go.
Cops come, you run. They're going to tell you. You're going to feel in the back of your mind. So my after prom party that I was at, I didn't host it, but I went to one, and the cops came at like 3 a.m, and I froze with fear, and I was like, I got to comply. I got to be a good boy. All the smart kids booked it through the woods.
Yeah.
They were gone.
They kicked it. And you're an athlete, big athletic guy.
I could have gotten over a fence, no problem.
Yeah.
You could have walked right over the cops.
Yeah, I could have took a cop's gun and been out of there. But we all hid in the basement, and like as
Like
the cops
a
were
fucking
like,
Jew.
Oh, my God.
as the Gestapo were patrolling upstairs.
Yeah, if you're a young person going to wild parties or in the late 1930s into Jew, just fucking run.
You got to go.
But I was we hid in the basement, and I drank like 18 beers, and I had to piss, and I was down there, and I took a piss in the litter box.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
It was a fresh coat of sand. And
Nice. How many people watched you take a piss in the litter box?
Thankfully, nobody saw me because there was like a side room off of the basement.
Oh,
where I was
nice.
Like, okay, here's my chance. I got a litter box, and I just filled that thing.
That is crazy. Instead of scooping it, it comes out as one big brick.
Just one cinder block of cat litter.
They're like, has the cat been drinking natural light? Did you get caught by the cops?
They I don't think they even took our IDs. They were just like, all right, everybody's got to get a ride home. And like as the sun was rising, I had my mom come pick up me and like a couple other people.
Wow.
But it was like it was a tough one. Just get out of there. Just run.
Yeah. Was your mom cool with it, or was she pissed?
She was kind of like, okay, well, I'm glad you called. Like that kind of thing. But she was not happy.
Well, who let the cops in to begin with? If you were in the basement, they didn't have to let them in.
They came around the back. It was an outdoor party primarily. And I think they just like showed up and they do need to be let in, though, right?
Right.
Like,
They're
yeah.
like
If they don't have
vampires.
a warrant, and the door is closed, they have to have permission to get in.
I think the kid's dad was there, and he like stepped down from his position in the school board after that, and it was a whole controversy. But we like chanted his name at graduation, and it was
You're like, piss brick, piss brick.
It was the cat. It was the cat.
Meanwhile, JP doesn't tell anyone, and they put the cat down because they're like, "Oh, we can't solve this."
You're running away. You hear one of the cops be like, "Au revoir, Shoshana," and you're like, "Oh no." Myka doesn't get it because she won't watch the movie.
You won't see Inglourious Bastards?
I watched most of it, then I don't know.
Watch like 10 minutes of it.
That's not true. I watched like most of it. I made it to that I saw them shoot up the whole theater thing, and then I saw them at the bar in the under thing.
Okay, you've seen scenes.
I've seen scenes.
But JP, that's good. Yeah, but you got to run. Just run. It's also fun to do.
Yeah,
it's fun running from the cops.
I was at another party in high school, and I left before things got crazy, but I guess the cops showed up, or the driveway was blocked in, so people wouldn't drunk drive home. And the kid who hosted the party posted a picture the next day on Facebook of his stone wall in front of his house with a just car-size hole completely blown out of it. Someone had just whipped a U-turn across the lawn and plowed right through.
Jesus.
No.
That's so great.
Cool.
Don't do that.
But
unless you want to be a legend.
Yeah.
Unless you want to get better at drunk driving.
But you're sober. You've been sober for a minute.
Yeah. 9 years.
9 years.
I've been boring longer than that, but yeah.
That's pretty good.
9 years.
And you still hang out. Is it hard hanging out with people like myself when I'm dumb assholes who get crunk as hell and won't shut the fuck up?
Tim's a real direct into the face talker, but that's all right. We love him anyway. He's like a real proximity guy.
Yeah.
He'll get right up
Well,
on
because
you.
just in case the screaming isn't enough for you to hear him.
Well, that's right. I got to make sure I'm heard.
You got to feel. But no, I don't mind. I have fun being around drunk people. It's a good time. And you just leave before people get too incoherent. You're good. Just Irish exit. Get out of there.
That's what Lizzie was saying. She goes, once people start repeating themselves, that's when you got to go.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of repeating ourselves, we have to repeat a bit that we do every week.
Let's go.
It's speak ill of the dead.
Oh, are we not falling in
Oh, my God. I totally missed it on here. We need to fall in love with Myka, JP.
What?
I almost totally missed it.
There's a man, Arthur Aaron, who came up with a list of 36 questions where if you ask, you've heard of this.
I've heard of this question.
Right. Have you tried this before?
I've not, no.
So it's 36 questions. You ask them consecutively on a date. You're supposed to fall in love with the person.
It's a lot of questions to ask on a date.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And they get more intense as they go. We're on question 35.
Okay.
35 of 36.
Oh, the belly of the beast.
This is a good one, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a good one. Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find the most disturbing and why?
Disturbing?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I guess you're not really going to be that disturbed by your grandma dying.
No. My grandma's
Disturbing.
93.
Yeah, Tim's like, car soon?
Yeah, she's holding me back from having a damn car.
I would find her death disturbing because I will murder her. And it'll live on my conscience for a while.
Immediate? Is it our immediate family? How far out does the family get to go, Myka?
It doesn't say, so I think you can decide what would count as family.
All right, JP, do you have an answer? I have an answer then.
This is a horrible question because it just makes you think of the youngest person in your family.
That's my answer.
I knew
them dying. No, thank you.
I'm sure Tim's going to say Charlotte.
Yes, if my niece Charlotte died, because I'm fully blood related to her, unlike the step niece and nephew I have. Also, though, if they died, I'd be pretty fucking bummed out because they're funny and I like them.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be disturbed.
I'd be disturbed because they live in northern Indiana. If one of those children die in a way that isn't disease related, it's gonna be disturbing.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a it's like when that guy was on the Monon Trail in Indianapolis riding an ATV and a low hanging wire cut his head off.
Nice.
It's gonna be something like that.
So wait, you would be more disturbed by a baby who you barely know than say your brother?
I don't know. My brother's kind of fat and he's not in great shape. If he died, I would be more disturbed if a baby died. I would be sadder if my brother died.
I think we're misunderstanding this question. Just shocked as you're picturing. Do you think you'd be sadder if your brother died?
Yeah, then the baby, I barely know the baby.
Right.
But I think I'd be the saddest probably if my mom or dad died.
That's such a
Really?
weird way to phrase this question. It's basically asking which member of your family are you closest to?
Yeah,
Yes.
who do you like
You could
the
ask
most?
it a much nicer way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So either my mom or my dad, I think I would equally be super sad about.
More than your brother? You fucking hate him, man. What
I
the
like
hell?
my brother. I like my brother, but I never talked to his fucking ass. and he's always fucking hanging out with his family. And, he never hangs out with me. He's always fucking hanging out with his stepkids and his regular kid.
Yeah.
So probably my mom or my dad. I think I'd equally be sad if either of them died. What about you, JP?
God damn, this is such a hard question. I don't know.
But disturbed-wise, the children, of
Disturbing,
course.
yeah. I mean, there's a few children I could pick out. I'd be like, oh, Jesus Christ. That'd be pretty terrible. I'm going to say me. I'm a member of my own family. I'd be deeply disturbed by my own death. Me, number one.
This is how you cheat love.
A perfect cop-out. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Unless you die, unless I go to heaven.
Do you have any
yeah.
family
Cool.
members you wouldn't be?
All my family members, I'd be deeply disturbed if they died. I'd
Equally.
single them out. I've been believing in what you call it, like manifesting and visualizing and things. I don't even want to put things out there. I'm going to go with my oldest living family member. I'm going to say my Aunt Helen. I'd be very disappointed. She's truly a very cool person. Like life of the party, was always funny growing up. She's 91 now.
You've lit up a room
Still
enough.
kicking. You've lit up enough room. No, but I would be very disturbed by the passing of Aunt Helen. I will say that.
Wow.
She will never die. I think she's immortal. That's why I'd be disturbed.
Yeah, it is weird, like, when you get into your 90s. Like, my grandma's 93. I'm like, she may never die.
Yeah.
She's, like, pretty sturdy. She's doing well.
Just kind of look the same your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim will be driving her car in hell.
Yeah. I'll be in her car getting butt fucked by the damn devil. Myka,
It's
what
like
about...
one of those Oldsmobiles with like a bench seat,
No, it's
no power steering.
It's a Camry, man.
a 2018 Camry with, like, 28,000
Shit,
miles on it. 'cause
your
she-
grandkids will inherit that car.
I know. Because she never drives it.
Fucking Charlotte's gonna get it. Now you wish Charlotte would die.
Oh, no, never. She's too cute.
She's so cute.
All right, Myka, what about you?
It's tough because I have a twin brother.
Yes,
And
and-
that is the definition of
Oh,
a
man.
disturbing death is when
Yeah.
your fucking twin goes. But he is a brother, so it's not like we shared an umbilical cord or anything, you know?
Yeah.
And I have a sister, and she's my only sister. So that's...
Does it normally work like that with umbilical cords?
No,
when there's twins,
it does not. But you do share a... Wait, you
They
share...
don't split off.
share
like a crazy
nutrients.
straw?
You share... Wait.
Or do you
Identical
go
twins...
in sequence? There are two kids on one umbilical. One passes through to the other.
You must get two umbilicals, but I think identical twins stay in one sack, right? Whereas me and my brother had separate...
Fraternals go separate sacks.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
it's
they
two
grow
eggs, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
2 eggs, but maybe I don't actually know how identical twins work because
Yeah.
thank God I'm not one of them. But it's
That's
weird.
one,
It's like if your twin brother dies, that's fucking creepy because it's like basically they're the exact same age as you, so it doesn't give you a sense of mortality.
I think identical twins is when one sperm goes like a shish kebab into 2 eggs and
Yeah.
just kind of spears them.
It
both.
is.
Fraternal twins have separate placentas and umbilical cords.
And then
So let me
that
look
we
up. Do twins share? Now I got to look up placenta.
you got to look up identical twins placenta. Not that that really matters. So I don't know. Like it's like got to be one of my siblings.
70% of identical twins may end up sharing a single placenta.
70%. So not
Only
all.
1% of identical twins share both a single placenta and a single sac. So 2 eggs and 2 sperm always surround their own sac. So they each have their own sac and their own, and 70% share a placenta.
All right, that settles it. I'd be most upset by my sister. You know, my brother's just a brother, and he's fine, but my sister has a kid and stuff, and that'd be really sad.
Yeah, your sister has a family. Your brother just hangs out with your dad, kind of.
Yeah. Which makes me feel like bad. Like, I should be the one to miss him the most then. Just
Yeah.
out of sake of loyalty to the twin.
I guess I should be more sad if my brother dies, because then his family will be left without a father.
Right.
But they'll be fine.
Okay. Well, did you guys fall in love with me?
A little.
No.
Ah, shit.
JP, we have this.
The twin thing really was a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's gross.
No.
It is disgusting.
It's fucking gross. I don't blame you, man.
I looked at her brother and I was like, Myka? I fell in love with him. Do we? We have one more segment before our final segment. Speak ill of the
So
dead.
you have 2 more segments.
We have 2 more segments.
That's one other way of putting it.
This is.
You're a wordsmith.
Thank you, sir. This is Speak Ill of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
This is where we talk shit about a person that's died. Myka, you got somebody?
Yeah, I do. I actually want to revisit last week's. I have a retraction.
Shit.
My first ever speak ill retraction. I am sorry for speaking ill of OJ. It has come to my attention that he did not kill Nicole Brown Simpson, but in fact, his son did.
We talked about this on fucking Zach Amico's Spook Show
His
today.
son, Cuba Gooding Jr.
So
Yes.
I did not know.
His son, Rob Kardashian, did.
Crazy. It's crazy I didn't know that his son did it, but I am sorry that I spoke ill of OJ for killing his wife, but I would like to speak ill of OJ for letting the killer get away.
Yes.
Your son is a fucking murderer and you just let him off the hook and now he's around to kill whoever the fuck he wants. Fuck you, OJ. I hope you're rotting in hell.
Wow. When did you find out about his son being the killer thing?
Right around the time I double-taked it, Juliana.
Oh, so someone was bringing it up in conversation.
I was talking to Eric Schmidt and Casey James Salango. Salango, shout out, friend of the show, Casey James Salango.
You know, his son who did it. It wasn't
He tipped me off.
You know, OJ's friend was his son. His cat broke in and his cat's clawed his neck and died.
Tim, we never
Pretty
need to
sad.
get another guest again. We just get JP, and he can just be.
If you ever need a local New York City comedian impersonator,
the amount of comedians you can do and Sam
Evans
Evans can do
man.
are not famous.
Sam, yeah, he can do a lot. He can. He's good. He's good, Sam.
God, that's great.
Jesus Christ.
We have not called Sam in a while. We should call him soon. We used to call him all the time on the pod.
Wait, are you sincere about the OJ theory? How much do you believe this?
Well,
that his
I read
son is the killer?
most of one Reddit article.
Yeah.
And there's some pretty compelling stuff. Like, did you know that he most likely killed his sister?
Really?
As a teenager, OJ's son was left alone to take care of his sister, and she drowned in the pool. Now, whether or not that was through neglect, not watching her, or not saving her, or push her in the pool, or maybe he killed her and then stuck her in the pool, like, nobody knows. But that he never got in trouble for.
He does have diagnosed mental issues.
He has diagnosed mental issues. He has stabbed people before. He stabbed himself. He's threatened to kill himself. He has mental issues. So, I don't know.
How old was he at the time that two people got their heads cut off with a knife?
I believe 17.
Ooh, okay.
So
and he has the genetics of a man who was one of the greatest football players of all time.
He's got 142 yards per game in his DNA.
And it would explain the OJ DNA being there.
Oh, wow,
'Cause it's very similar DNA, but not the same. I don't know.
But they had the same gloves.
But it would the same glove size, maybe smaller hand.
For Christmas, they got the same gloves, but one was a slightly smaller size. Hey, never know.
Also, they always said that, like, because of the amount of blood that came off Ron Goldman or whatever, like, OJ's car would have been covered in blood, but instead they only found a couple of drops, which would be consistent if OJ was there to cover it up for his son. But they never looked at the son's car, which had also been left out in the rain, so if there was blood all over the outside part, it would have been washed off.
Interesting.
Wow.
So there's a compelling thing to be said.
We're gonna repair Juice's name from beyond the grave.
And also fuck him for leaving his son to murder more.
Yeah, that's
right.
true. I'm going to talk shit about... I was going to talk shit about Jim Morrison, but then I changed it when I read this elephant thing and saw that Laurent de Brunoff, the creator of Babar, is fucking dead. Hey, Babar, how about Boring Show? I never liked that show when I was a kid. That elephant can suck my fucking dick and so can you.
Laurent. That's some classic Tim reading.
Yeah, more like low rent.
Oh,
Low rent Dumbo, as far as I'm concerned.
goddamn.
That's right. And I hope you're in hell and the devil's dressed up as a fucking elephant butt fucking you.
With his trunk.
With his fucking trunk, you piece of shit. And fuck you for being French, too. Nothing good has ever come out of France, and nothing good happens when you go to France. So, fuck France and fuck you, and I hope you're getting butt fucked by the damn devil.
Name two things that came from France.
The Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, that does suck. It's mid. She's mid.
Yeah. Oh, it was bronze and now it's green?
Her
Fuck
face is
you.
kind of gross. That's true.
And another thing that came from France was, of course, the film Ratatouille.
You got me there.
All right, JP, who you got?
Speaking of the dead, was it like public figures, or was it? I thought you said it could
Can be
be
anyone.
You could
It
be anyone
from
you
your
want.
life.
We don't
They
care.
just have to be dead.
I was thinking about a person from my upbringing who died, and I was like, he was the first person I ever knew who I was like, I'm not sad that he died.
Hell yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
He was this guy I knew from, I was a golfing lad growing up. I'm obsessed with golf now. I'm a big golf guy.
You're probably good at golf. You're built like a fucking pendulum.
I'm okay. I'm all lanky. I got too many limbs going on. I don't think it helps. But besides the point, there was this guy that we were at this golf club. We were members at this golf club when I was growing up, and there was this guy there who was like, you wouldn't want to get paired up with that guy. Everyone was just like, oh, fuck this guy again. And he's like a degenerate gambler. He was always making weird comments to the women, like the girls who worked there. He was just a shitty guy. He looked like the Penguin.
Oh, no.
He looked like Oswald Cobblepot, and he'd just be loafing around.
You guys must have looked so funny together.
Yeah.
Like Twins, the movie Twins. But
It's just lanky ass crew member and this guy, the Penguin, and he played with. First of all, he tried to. I was playing in the club championship one year, and he came over to me right as I was about to tee off, and he was leaning over the golf cart and really talking to me and breathing his disgusting breath in my face. He was a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And he was using mind games against me. Come to find out, he bet against me
Oh
in
my
the
God.
match.
Wait,
and he was
is
trying
he
to
on some
psych me out.
Caddyshack shit?
Yes.
that's
What the
crazy.
fuck?
He bet against. I was
Giving you the Noonan
I was
treatment.
17. He bet against me, and he was trying to psych me out.
That should be illegal. You can't bet on children.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
It's totally illegal. And he did other things.
How'd you do in the tournament though?
I was playing against the former club champ. I lost, but it was close.
Nice.
I did
Do you
okay.
think you would have won if it weren't for this motherfucker?
No, but the fact that he was trying, and I found out later that he bet against me. There was another time I was playing him for money, and he would use psychology to try to fuck with me. We were playing with my dad, and he was like, "So, JP, do you ever get random erections in class? Do you ever get
What
and
the
he's
hell?
Do the girls in your class ever make you horny?"
That's
Anything about
sexual
the-
assault.
It's not good. You can't-
That you
Can't be
got
doing that shit.
victimized.
This guy was a doctor?
He was like a psychologist, and
Holy
then
shit.
he died of cancer or something a few years later. I was like,
Good.
"You're dead. I'm alive, bitch. I win."
Yeah.
And yeah, I do get erections, bitch.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
hope
hard
that-
all the time.
And I hope the devil's got an erection in hell and butt fucking the shit out of you, you piece
Yeah.
of shit. Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Well, that
So,
was a
you
good
know.
one.
That is a good one. Yeah, we've already run through all of our personal ones that we have. That's why we have to do celebrities now. But JP, thank you for doing the show.
I'm honored. Thank you
You
for
were an
having me.
incredible guest, Myka. Thank you for being an incredible host of the
Incredible
show
host.
as always. And now it's time to do our final segment, sign-offs. This is where we just do our little sign-offs. Signing off, it is I, the greatest man who has ever lived. A man whose voice never changes. And I haven't ever changed my voice once in my life. It is your Patreon dad. Hey, I never plugged the Patreon today. Check out the Patreon at patreon.com/greathang. If you want to continue to support our internet service here at our house, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/greathang. And your free feed best friend, Timothy Grady McLaughlin II.
And signing off, it is I, the kindest woman in the world. The most forgiving girlfriend who has not broken up with her boyfriend despite the fucking shady doings. And
What?
Don't argue with me during my sign off. And a woman who enjoys all the jizz jokes in the comment section. Get us kicked off YouTube, motherfuckers.
No, then we have to go to Rumble with fucking Steven Crowder.
It is I, Toey's mom, JP's friend, Tim's girlfriend, and your friend and podcast host, Myka Fox.
You gotta see signing off.
Signing off, shout out to Tim, shout out to Myka, shout out to Toe, shout out to all the troops overseas.
Yes.
Keep an eye out. I got the special coming out. I may or may not have a podcast coming out around the same time. If you like podcasts, you'll like mine. So come over to that one, give it a listen, and we'll see you soon. McDade, baby, the king.
And have a great rest of the day. Bye.